You, yes. You, yes. What about you, YouTube? Yes! There we go. Alright, my loyal specs, welcome back to more D&December. Today we're going to be playing Torment, Tides of Numenera, which is the spiritual successor to the wildly popular RPG game, Planescape Torment. I got this yesterday, and I have no idea how it plays. But we're going to do it! Torment, Tides of Numenera. You can use certain items and abilities even during conversations. Neat. Okay. Well, let's see how that turns out. Today's tea is a twining lady grey. Will you be? I will be male. Your mind wakes in dark. Oh, it's gonna do it for me, okay.
Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
I have a membrane?
It's an involuntary and formless panic.
Cool.
You feel you have forgotten something important. As if it once meant the world to you. But the details slip away as you grasp at them.
Is it my name?
You force your eyes open.
Look at this body or look around. What do I do? Body?
The body is... Wait, you are wearing a form-fitting suit of some dark material. You recall that you were wearing something much more elaborate a short time ago. You have smooth, light brown skin, 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on each foot.
Good, good. Glad to hear that I'm
Strong,
not
but not bulky,
screwy.
and slim hips. Your palms are soft, as if they have not done much labor, but scars and burns on the hands and wrists suggest that you haven't always been careful.
Here we go.
Why can't you remember this?
Why can't I remember? Also, I can't see the chat at all. There we go.
Without warning, the cocoon that surrounds you shreds.
Hello, Captain Twitch.
You are falling. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in on itself.
Interesting.
The world is many kilometers below you.
The world is many kilometers. Well, let's dive towards it.
Hands to your sides, and you slice through the air. The wind tears at your face and scalp, and your skin burns under the tremendous speed. Your vision blurs, and you are unable to judge how far you fall.
Let's look around some.
Full of tears. You can't see anything.
See what we got going on.
Mass of green and brown and tan and blue below you.
Good, yes.
You try to wipe the moisture from your eyes and realize that you'll need to slow yourself before you can even open your eyes.
Alright, we're diving faster.
Yourself into your mind. Terminal velocity. You have reached the limit of the speed the air will grant you. And now that you enter the lower reaches of the atmosphere, you can feel it thickening around you, and miraculously you are slowing from the frenzied descent.
Interesting. What plane am I heading towards?
Relative term. You knife through the air, piercing its veils, and you have no time for the poetry of falling. This realization drives itself home as you strike an unyielding surface. As your skin explodes and your organs liquefy on impact, a brief thought flashes through your mind. Your life was utterly and completely meaningless.
Holy crap! I mean, yeah, life is meaningless and everybody wants to die, but I didn't want you to tell me that, video game. What do we got? How's it going, you guys? So I just straight up died right off the bat! Good, yes. Most of your body is splattered across the ground. Your sole legacy to the world is a small crater near Sagas Cliffs. Alright, so... The idea is to not dive towards the ground immediately. We're playing Torment, Tides of Numenera, which is like a spiritual successor to Planescape Torment. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Yep, we get it. We're gonna look around.
Fleshy cocoon surrounds you.
Here we go.
Even as you look, a minor rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside.
That's new.
The cocoon rips away, gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tumble.
Cool.
You are falling, the world many kilometers beneath you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the ground beneath you that is approaching deceptively quickly. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in upon itself.
There's some weird stuff going on.
Green and black energy playing around its edges.
Bam.
The wind buffets you and burns your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious
Good, yes.
You won't survive a fall from this stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind babbles that technical
Fantastic.
Focused as the ground rushes toward you.
Good, okay, we're gonna try to catch the wind and flatten out.
Your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling
Woo!
over heels. Though you are
Shit.
still spinning normally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself.
Interesting.
Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Unusual structures and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground.
Interesting. Try to remember what happened.
It's hazy. You were in a tall passageway.
Yeah.
Its sides slicked with dew.
Good, yes.
The air warm and moist, as if you were caught in the breath of a giant organism. You remember fleeing in fear and exhilaration, laughing through the terror. What was it that pursued you?
What was it indeed?
Something ancient and cold, its coiling power the promise of oblivion. Its shadowed tendrils struck at you, and the walls where they landed were torn apart utterly, destroyed beyond any hope of repair. You leapt into a membranous cocoon and fell from the station, the moon, and then you were empty. But who were you? What was that creature? A word surfaces in your thoughts, and you seize it before it vanishes. Sorrow. The world fills your sight. You're about to hit.
Alright, I can get behind this. We're gonna try to not die.
If it's any consolation, the dizzying fall will be over shortly.
Do I die now?
Small glassy dome.
Yep, there we go. We died.
Two figures outside it. One of them points his arm at you, and a riot of colors tangles your fall, slowing you, but not enough. You crash into the building, and as your consciousness winks out,
did I die?
you hear the sounds of the structure collapsing around you, and then darkness.
I died! Did I die again? No, I didn't! Look at that! Somehow I'm alive! Having fallen from the thermosphere, I'm alive! Neato! Alright. Can we go? Interesting. Do I get voiceover for it? No. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fell from the ceiling, spattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. I can move this bowl that I kind of can't see. I can examine the bowl, or I can leave the bowl alone. Let's try to move it. I've encountered my first task. I have might, speed, and intellect that I can spend to increase your chances. This is called using effort. Okay. To more easily move, use Blagada to spend might for a higher level of effort. Don't worry if you fail this task. Failure often results in interesting outcomes, huh? 65%? Hey! You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over to the glowing pool of fallen light. And... drip. Hey! We've gotten some light in a bowl. Light in a bowl. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches to the corners of the room. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows, and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Where? Hello? Are you still alive down there? We're gonna do something that I didn't read. Interesting. A lot of stuff going on here. I can overturn the bowl or leave it alone. We're gonna leave it. What have we got here? What's going to be my alignment? I don't know. I don't know yet. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell, a bubble of stale air your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves, but this body's an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius machines, as you well know. Genius with machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. The device in his hands is covered in knobs, wires, and antennas. He believes he can get the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. This mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed. Deceive him by telling him that you've heard sounds of pursuit, threaten him until he returns to the task, or cast a spell. Well, I don't want to lie and I don't want to threaten him, so I'm going to cast a spell. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device from his hands, rewire it, and shove it back at him. Oh, he says, examining your work. Sorry, I was trying to improve the thing. He waves the device at the door, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the water-bordered cells in the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Moments later, you're underwater again, your hands closing around a strange yet familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark water. An electric current rushes through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. So I've got ciphers in my belt, I've got some sort of way to disable the sonar pulse, and I've got the ability to run away and come back for the thing. I'm going to lose it if I run away, though. That's definitely what's happening. So I'm going to use a device I'm going to use a cipher. You run urgent fingers over the devices fastened to your waist, a fog rising in your mind. A few can be used against the guards, but will also turn your skin to synth steel, or the surrounding water to boiling wax. Hardly ideal. Finally, you find a small silver sphere. Setting the sphere in place, you kick desperately for safety of a nearby alcove. The sphere whirls and unfolds into a spiraling vortex. The sphere at its center speaks a few polite words in an ancient language, then begins draining the surrounding water into itself with alarming speed. The approaching guards shout, then scream as they too are sucked into the whirlpool and ripped to pieces. You allow yourself a fleeting smile, but are all too aware that more alarms are going off in the distance. The memory begins to fade as if you were being drawn backward through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field. Run away? Run away! Here we go! Whoop whoop! Running, running, running. Here is a door. Here is a door. Let's interact with this glowy sphere. Whoa! You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for a sanctuary, and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat, neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we've found? So there's hidden details that I can see but she can't. I can charm her into being better at it, or I can tell her that I'm smarter than her. I'll tell her about the details. You shade your eyes against a bright sun so that you can point out the thin bands radiating from the metal disc, how the energy from those bands affects the local fauna, suggesting an enormous source of prior world energy. She thinks deeply. It's geologically sound. Have you run the sounding samples and checked the strata? No major caverns or weaknesses showed up on your resonance scans? Captain Twitch, you don't have to stay if you don't want to. She waits for your affirmation and says, "All right, I'm convinced." The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. Then you descend onto the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build a shelter for your time here. You try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on its shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? We are doing Torment, Tides of Numenera, which is the spiritual successor to Planescape Torment, one of the most wild... Yeah, no, it's a little bit... Captain Twitch kind of does that once in a while. He pisses me off sometimes. Anyway. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? Use the Numenera integrated into the construct's body to overwhelm the behavior malfunction, examine the construct for mechanical faults, or look for a deeper solution. Perhaps it's an effect of the metallic disc itself. So I can use the magic to reprogram it, I can tinker it, or I can just use more magic, probably? Let's use that one. A mist falls onto the plateau as you wrap a fiber shielding mesh around the construct's skull. The mesh powers up, protecting the construct's mind from any transdimensional emissions that might be in the area. Taking a deep breath, you repeat your command. Acknowledged. It obediently trundles to the site of your new shelter. The image freezes, then fades, and you feel the memory filling the gap in your mind, block by block. You stagger, clutching your head. Reclaiming your memories hurts. And once more there's something else. Hair lifts one by one on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you're doing, and is hunting you. Well, stop it? Don't do that. Instead. What else do we have going on? Let's look at the doors. Countless scratches and wounds mar the surface of this door. Someone made a great effort to get inside to no avail. No sign or symbol tells you what may be behind this door. God damn it, Morgan. A dull chill radiates from its bronzed, segmented surface. Oh yeah, no, definitely, Morgan. That's exactly what it would have done. Huh. Alright, so let's go and get more memories. Here we go. A vision of a city springs up around you. Your city, in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is blood. But you've brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. But even as you turn toward the door of the tower, two of the attackers descend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. One is brutishly large, his weapon a vibrating axe. The other is slim, sheathed in glassy armor, and holding a hilt with a sizzling invisible blade. It's actually pretty rad, like I'm really digging it so far. It's pretty neat. Your companion backs away. She's too young to help. Your enemies advance single file, confined by the parapet. So do I fight the giant? Do I duck under it? Or do I analyze who's a bigger threat for now? Let's fight defensively. I think that's something that I would do. The memory seems crystal clear. The giant is menacing, it's true, but the invisible blade of its companion is more worrisome still. The energy field that flickers and wavers around it suggests that she can carve matter at the molecular level, tearing pieces of her target into nothingness. If you're to save yourself, your best bet is to tackle her first. She's stuck behind the giant, waiting her turn to attack you, unable to bring her weapon to bear until she's out of the way. But it's clear that she expects him to handle you, and her eyes rove behind you, her focus on your ward. She's certainly not expecting you to dive between the giant's legs and come up inside her guard. She can't bring her blade to bear in time, and you drive your dagger up under her chin. You catch her before her deadly blade drops onto you and spin her around. The weapon slashes into the giant, and he topples, bisected. The immediate threat ended, you focus on finding a way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall, and you hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. Yeah, honestly, right? Like, figuring out what you did in your memories is a really cool way. Cooler than just being like, how many points do you want to put into strength? How many points? Whatever. So, I can sneak them, I can beat them up, or I can defend them. Defend from them, as it were. I think we're gonna sneak. Sneaking! You press yourself against the gleaming door, easing it open, and your breath catches in your throat as it squeaks quietly, the sound like a bell in your memory. You pause, but the soldiers in the hall continue to talk. You push again, squeeze yourself through the narrow opening, and creep down the blood-stained hall. The memory begins to fade, and you find yourself back in your own body. Your temples throb with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you like a bonfire on a mountain peak, visible to every predator for kilometers around. A tremor rocks the floor beneath you, as though a massive fist has struck the room itself. Swaying on your feet, you see frantic movement within the borders of a mirror at the edge of the room. Mirror? Mirror, mirror. Yeah, man. Arcane Trickster is rad. Let's do this. We're running away. Hi there, mirror. Do I get to design what I look like now? The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols. Daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. But that's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you, shoving, arguing, and fighting with each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precious few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their head. In their eyes, their actions, you see the memories you discovered within the orbs and the choices you made shining like distant stars. Your hand twitches at your side, and though some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you, an even smaller number immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. This is rad! This is really clever! A rumble shakes the room, and a slow vibration spreads from the darkness below, rippling toward the ceiling. So, I've got one sneaking around, one with clever eyes, one with a mystical symbol, one looking at everything else, and none of the above. What do we get? What do we get here? Let's say that we are going to... I wonder what happens if you step away from the mirror. Ciphers, consumables. If I step away, does that mean that I don't get a character? Step away from the mirror. Okay, so I get to dick around a little bit more before I choose the thing. Okay, so I'm going to just choose the thing now, then. We got the sneaky, the clever, the mystical symbol. Do I want to be a magician? The doppelganger observing all the others. Sidling around the edge of the unruly crowd, the doppelganger cautions you to silence with the finger at its lips. Together you scan the room and its inhabitants, noting every potential hazard and hearing every drip of strange liquid in the depths beneath your feet. Ah, man, I already clicked it, Morgan, I'm sorry. Quietly, the doppelganger awaits your decision. Yes, that is who I am, or I want to consider other choices. I think I actually really like the idea of being the very observant one that can see all the stuff. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go with this one. The remaining doppelgangers scatter for the edges of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward. Its appearance changes as it steps out of the rippling glass. Its face exudes intelligence and confidence. Shadows of several devices shimmer all around it, technology of several kinds from a myriad of past ages. You get the feeling you would be comfortable with all of it. The word nano sounds in your mind. Gained descriptor, observant. Neat. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, filling you, making you whole. Your decision rings out in the cavernous room, awakening and unlocking vast mechanisms behind the walls. Suddenly a grotesque noise rings through your shared worlds, like a bell if bells could rot. Something is coming. The mirror fades, leaving a dark, open doorway. You take a deep breath and step through. Whoop whoop, we get to be at character creation! Okay. Your choices and the memories in the mirror have begun to build your character, but now you have the opportunity to decide on a number of details. First, you can decide to change your type. Type defines the abilities and skills you'll be able to acquire as you advance. Change character type. Nanos are sometimes called mages, wizards, sorcerers, or witches. Sweet, yes, good. Witches. Whatever they're called, nanos master the mysteries of the past to the degree that they seem to perform miracles using esoteries, spell-like invocations that combine gestures, command words, and psychic disciplines. They tap into nanospirits, numinous particles that suffuse the landscape to alter reality or learn things they couldn't otherwise know. Yes, good. That means that I can be like a diviner. Jacks are intrepid explorers. They're the jacks of all trades, hence the names, although the word also harkens back to fables involving a wily, resourceful hero who always seems to be named Jack. No, it's really cool, and it's pretty cheap right now as well. It's like $13. Definitely, if you enjoy it so far, take a look into it. Glaives are the elite Nah, we're not being a warrior. I think we're gonna go with Nano, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely going with the Observant Nano. Abilities unlocked. Concentration increase, that's neat. Cipher limit increase, good. And Onslaught, choose a damage type, deal 5 damage of that type, and confer a minor additional effect based on the choice. Shit, that's cool. This is actually really rad so far. Alright. Details. Neat, it's a spell. The magic missile spell. Perception unlocks conversation options and 15% bonus per level on difficult tasks. Okay. I think... yeah. I think I'm going to stay with the Nano because it sounds cool. I get... Training level inability. Training level trained and training level specialized. So I'm not good at running heavy weapons or medium weapons, but I'm decent at perception and good at concentration. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, this is what we're doing. We're doing it. We'll go to pools. Stat pools are the resources you use to apply effort or activate abilities. You can distribute points as you see fit. Glaives tend to blah blah blah. Nanos favor intellect, of course. Okay. Well, with my... haha, well done, Morgan. I appreciate that. And, like, Jack is just a fun name for a trickster. So, we're gonna put more points into intellect, I think. Every 2 points in intellect also increases willpower by 5%. Yeah, we're going full mage. We're going full mage. Abilities unlocked by your type can be active actions or unique passive effects. Okay. So let's see here. The surface thoughts of most people or creatures you speak with appear in conversations. That's pretty cool. Rarely appreciated. I like it. There's resourceful. Gain 1 training level in cipher use skill. Cool. Innervate, so Innervate is a debuff removal, it looks like. Adaption is a shield type. Quantum Step is a... You can manipulate space to create a shadow door and draw your ally through it to the other side. Okay, so it's not me that teleports, so it's Misty Step for someone else. We're taking Scan Thoughts, because that sounds awesome. And I think we're taking Quantum Step. No, we're not taking Quantum Step. We're taking Adaption. Because otherwise, I will die, probably a lot. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Weapon skill. Most skills increase your... Oh, exploration skill, that's what it is. Most skills increase your chances of success on specific kinds of actions. Some tasks give other passive bonuses. Each skill starts at nothing, and can be increased to 1 or 2 dots. Descriptors often leave skills at the inability level, meaning they inflict penalties. When upgraded, they return back to novice. Okay. So, lore machinery. Okay. Lore natural. And lore okay, we go lore mystical. Yeah, we're definitely going lore mystical. I'm all about this arcana. I'm definitely... Yeah, we're definitely going full arcana on this. This is actually a pretty cool costume that my dude is wearing as well. I think I would make something like that, I think. Cool. Let's see. Lore Mystical sounds like it's the right one. Weapon skill. Only glaives receive training in weapon skills, so I don't have any weapons. Although you chose your descriptor from among the many doppelgangers, you now have the chance to view the specific bonuses and penalties it grants. You can examine the effects of other descriptors and choose a new one if you wish. Okay. That would actually be kind of cool, like lore ballroom dancing or something. We used Observant, which gives us perception and concentration, but minus in running. Graceful gives us more speed. And Quick Fingers, that's not what I'm looking for. Cautious? Perception and Stealth. Sounds decent, I guess. Clever. 2 Intellect Pool. 1 more training in Deception, plus 15% willpower. Slick. Yeah, no, we're not doing it. Wrathful. Heavy weapons, intimidation, and smashing? Absolutely not. No way. No, it's gotta be Observant. Observant seems like the one that I'm taking it. Alright, I think this is it. We're doing it! Whoop whoop, we did some character creation! Only took us half an hour, but it actually was a good experience so far. Yeah, I missed 3rd edition knowledge skills, because you had a bunch of... Well, you also had profession skills back in 3rd edition, and I missed that too. The Spectre. Everything about this spectral figure seems dreamlike. He is a hazy silhouette who seems to be made of blue glass smoke. He wears stylish, well-cut clothes. His handsome bearded face seems hauntingly familiar, although you've never seen him before. He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you. We weren't sure that would work. We pooled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you, to wake you up. Dude, Rogue Magician actually is a great combo, I'm telling you, man. It'd be great. He glances at the other figures here and frowns unhappily. It took more out of them than we thought. The other reflections, they're more like shadows now. Look, I'll bet you've got a lot of questions. This whole place is basically your mind. Your body's still out there in the real world healing from that fall. You need to get out there and finish the process. It shouldn't be too hard. Alright, so I've got a bunch of stuff here. Why can't I read your mind, Spectre? Let's see, before I met you, I felt like something was hunting me. Do you know what that was? You said I had to finish the process. What do you mean by that? Who are those other people? You called them reflections. If this place is my mind, why don't I remember any of it? Who are you, or how do you know all this? We're gonna talk about the hunting thing. That's a memory I don't want to recall. Large, black, furious. It's our death. It's the sorrow. He closes his eyes. I hope it's lost interest in you. If it finds us, we're done for. Right? Like, you always, like, they show up and they're like, you surely have many questions. Nope, I'm fine, I've done this before. But, no, I have many things to tell you. No, it's okay, I probably am gonna be fine with it. I know all the stuff, probably. You really, you don't need any help? Nope! I mean, I put a lot of effort into compiling all of these questions and answers for you. Now, I'm probably... Listen, you're wasting my time, man. Let's just get going. I wanna fight some stuff. Alright. After you wake up from this dream state and attune to the tides, you'll need to find something called a resonance chamber. Your body should have landed somewhere near it. Just climb inside that and everything will be fine. Who are you? I'm you. I'm a part of your mind, a splinter. I was waiting here for you, with the memories of the others who were here. I don't know what happened next. What do you mean attuned to the tides? The tides are like a force, like gravity or magnetism or something, except they respond to people's actions and perceptions. Your body, that is your body in the real world, needs the tides to survive. It's not something you need to worry about. Your body will attune as it wakes up. What's a resonance chamber? Listen, Ghost Bag, the achievement is to beat this in under 10 hours. Every second you waste, I'm going to take out at some point. Oh, good. I remember pieces about it, but not the whole. It's a crystal sarcophagus. I remember it having 5 mechanical arms around it and a metal ring set in the floor. I think we were aiming for it when we fell. When you open your eyes in the real world, it should be nearby. Why don't I remember any of this? It's your mind. A construct built to, I don't know, share thoughts, store your true self. Wait, you know how people say in the first place? This is definitely the first place of your memory. Well, it was the first place for me anyway. You'd probably know better since it was yours. If you don't remember now, maybe it'll come to you later. How do you know all this? He throws up his hands in frustration. I'm just a part of you. I look at you and know this place was made for you, for us. And I remember pieces of knowledge that come to me when you ask your questions. But that is all. Okay, well, get screwed, dude. Like, come on, man. Can you tell me who you are again? A piece of your mind splintered off. Who are those other people? Codex Unlocked Reflection. That's what they are. As I said, it's your mind. You'll find reflections of people you knew. Your mind is literally a galaxy. We don't even understand how the galaxy works in the real world. What makes you think we understand it here? People you met in the real world and with whom you shared some kind of psychic connection. I don't know how or why, it just happens. Okay, let's get back to the real world. There's a portal down there. It'll take you back to your body. Just step through it and the whole tides thing should take care of itself. When you wake up, find the resonance chamber and activate it. Then we can... What in the hells is that? Oh, crap, it's tentacles! Gods, it's the sorrow! It broke our portal! Holy crap, it's also stabbed a bunch of these guys. The sorrow is anchored to those reflections. It's devouring their power. We have to get rid of them, destroy its anchors, or else the sorrow will erase us forever. Kill the reflections, huh? Crisis initiated. A crisis begins when you enter into a dangerous situation. Crises are turn-based encounters where you can fight, sneak, or manipulate the environment or talk your way out of trouble. Each turn you can take one action to attack or activate. You can also make one move. That reflection near you, kill it, you'll loosen the sorrow's anchor. Alright, let's kill him. Use the left click to attack an enemy or move to a position. Try clicking the highlighted character. Effort can be applied to attacks to increase your chance to hit. As with other tasks, each level of effort increases your chances by 20% at the cost of 1 point from a stat pool. Unarmed attack use speed, but other weapons may use might or intellect. 65... 75. Sure you can! Yeah, you can curse, don't worry about it. It's escaping, it's going to hide inside your mind? Nope, no it's not. Run, get to the next one. Yep, that's what I intend to do. You can sacrifice your action for the turn to double move instead of attacking. Okay. We're gonna... Can we move to here then? The sorrow comes out and creates a... Yep, creates a guy. Now it's my turn, so I'm gonna kill the reflection. When you apply effort to an attack, it increases the damage you dealt. Okay. Welcome back, Captain Twitch. Yeah, I'm a magician, man. Don't I have, like, magic? Sure, okay, I guess I just have to... I missed! You've already used your action, you'll need to wait until the next turn to deal with another reflection. Okay. I will move here. Oh, because there's a tentacle in the way. Okay. End turn. Ag! Stop it! Stop doing that thing. Deal 5 damage of that type and... Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do energy damage. On this guy. I've got plenty of this thing. Kill it! There we go. And then let's move to here. Sorrow infection up. What is it doing now? It's infecting it somehow. Fettles. This is the debuffs, yeah. Status effects that can improve or reduce a character's... The sorrow has just placed a fettle on the remaining reflection. You may find a way to overcome it. What is this fettle? Armor bonus. I can hide. I think we're just gonna onslaught it again. Let's do more energy damage. And we're just gonna... We're gonna throw this way up. There we go! You're not just a magician, you're a magician in my... Yeah, honestly, right? Like, I figured out how to do the magic, but like... Yeah, we should be able to just Cuphead this stuff. You pried it loose! That thing is a cancer, an infection. It's unstoppable, but you stopped it. I can't believe it found us in here. That thing, the sorrow, it's been hunting you. It's what killed you in the first place. It'll keep hunting you until you activate the resonance chamber. I didn't remember until I saw it, but that's why the chamber is so important. You have to get back and activate the chamber before it's too late. The portal to your body is that shimmering dome there. Go, now! Okay, let's go now. We have gone now. Hey, look! Someone with...
fall from? His body smashed to Tulk.
Ow!
I wonder he's still breathing.
Tulk indeed.
All I saw was the corona, not his origin point. But look, he's healing already. Spontaneous regeneration.
Neat! Will you look at... Wait, I know that face! What? Did I kill them just now? Alagairn. Ugh, what was that? What did you do, Calistige? His tone has become accusatory, suspicious. You open your eyes. The first thing you notice is this man's kaleidoscope of tattoos, writhing across his forearms. He wears a long dark coat belted at the waist. Supplies filling the pockets. His boots are worn and stained with years of travel. I thought I killed them too. You blame me? He emitted an internal physiological reaction in response to the fall, probably related to that fantastic healing process. Obviously, Alagern. Her voice rolls and hisses, and you have to rub your eyes to be sure that you're not seeing double. We kind of are. There are a bunch of her. She's a displacer beast in human form. Faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each nearly mimicking her, though some act and react to stimuli that you can't perceive. Her vivid hair and outrageous clothing remain constant through these shadows. Oh yes, it's obvious, Calistege. Calistege? His voice is grim and clipped, then he sees you looking at him. You're no ordinary mortal. We know that much. Start talking. He's the changing god. Calistege is deliberately blinding herself, but why? Interesting. Okay. Man, Morgan, I'd love for you to be able to do the deep voices. Use your Führer voice. Let's see here. Where am I? How did I get here? Was I dead? I'm no ordinary mortal? You really don't know? I'm starting to think you're not him. Starting to think, Alagern? Tell me, is it a novel experience? Alagern's being more paranoid than usual. How long must I put up with him? It's his face. I've never seen any other people rebuild themselves like that. Only the changing god could have healed so quickly. Maybe you could help me for a change. You know what this means to me. You're familiar with the word changing, Alagern? It implies inconstancy. Thus the changing god may well have changed. Several versions of her shrug, and she addresses you. You'll have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you are newly born. Her most solid self curtsies while others bow or spin. I, and my sisters, am Calistege. This is Alagern. We're explorers, knowledge seekers. That's how we came to be in this room. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a cast-off. The changing god created you, body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, then abandoned it for reasons unknown, reasons of his own. When his mind departed for a new experience, you were born in his cast-off shell. Okay, who is the changing god? Ha! That's something coming from you. She gives him a sidelong glance. The changing god is your sire, dear. He discovered a path to immortality long ago, a means to transfer his self to a new body of his own creation. I don't think he knew, however, that when he abandoned one body, another mind was birthed to fill the void. He sees us as experiments, not humans, huh? Who is the changing god again? Are there other cast-offs? You say I was born, but why am I not dead? Before I woke, I was in some kind of dreamlike labyrinth with a glowing specter. God damn it, Morgan. If falling from the sky didn't kill me, is there anything that can? An excellent question. Having seen your regenerative abilities in action, I suspect they are primarily physical, a regrowth. If that's the case, you'd be unable to survive most varieties of psychic or molecular decomposition, disintegration, conflagration, and so forth. Degenerative diseases could pose a problem, and I know of several entities capable of psychic destruction. As she speaks, a vision flashes into your mind. It's not yours, exactly. Somehow you know this is a memory of the changing gods. You were in a dark room lit by a myriad of blinking lights and holograms from the many machines surrounding you. What about a body that can withstand the sorrow's attacks? Said a voice. It seems to be coming from one of the machines. No, you reply. The thing has no respect for barriers of any kind. Physical, temporal, psychic, this is the only way. If the resonance chamber works, it will give us the power to stop the sorrow's hunt. Once and for all, we just need the right focal point, a catalyst. Yeah, she just straight up shanks me, and I'm like, nah, I'm okay, though. The memory fades. Calistege is still talking. You realize that the device you saw in the memory is identical to the one behind you now. It looks like the Spectre had described it, a transparent sarcophagus inside a crystalline dome, with mechanical arms arrayed around it on a metal ring. Unfortunately, the dome is shattered, the sarcophagus is cracked, and one of the arms is in pieces on the floor. Whatever its function, it needs repair. Or flesh-eating viruses. One presumes disfigurement by the iron wind would likewise be devastating enough to... I think he gets the point, Calestige. Do either of you know anything about the sorrow? I've had my share of sorrows, but never the sorrow. What's that? A disease? I know nothing. Oh, I screwed those up. Yeah, honestly, like, the Planescape was a really cool setting for D&D. It had a lot of, like, techno-magic. I saw a vision of myself in another time and place. I saw you stare into space while Calestige graphically described all the ways you could die, but that's about it. I only noticed it because I did the same thing. Where are we? What is this place? Are there other cast-offs? Dozens, hundreds, who could say? Your sire has been doing this for several centuries. Though if all of them were born the way you claim to have been, it's a wonder any of them survive. Do either of you know how to fix that crystal chamber here? Alagern chuckles, then firm and certain he says, not likely. Though it might not be impossible. You need people with the appropriate knowledge. I'm sure the cult of the changing god will hold the answer. Her distaste is evident in the expression of her echoes, although the face of one in the lead remains carefully impassive. You'd turn to the insane to help a newborn? Where's your judgment, Alagern? I would take him to the Order of Truth. The Order of Truth? Are you mad? They would sooner take us apart. What's the Order of Truth? Knowledge seekers, the learned. Oh, Calestige. Knowledge seekers, the learned, who try to wrest secrets from the hearts of the prior worlds. They gather in the city to exchange their findings and help humanity to build a brighter future. Our friend Alagern here was once one of them. Frauds, quacksalvers, and charlatans. They don't have all the answers, and I'd not trust them with the changing god's secrets. You're just angry that they couldn't help you with yours. But I'm being too cruel, dear Alagern. Let us take our friend to the Order. What's the Order? What's the cult of the changing god? Despite what she says, they're not insane. They're eccentrics. They're worshippers of you or your sire, the changing god. They devote their lives to understanding your kind. Well, I mean, there's the cult and the Order. Both of them seem highly religious, so... So, I have other questions. Yeah, no, I guess none of this is gonna work. Who did you say could fix the chamber again? The Order of Truth. Or the cult of the changing god. I could say I'll figure it out on my own. What do you think? Do I go cult or Order? Like, I'm looking at the landscape here and just being like, yep, this is very Planescape. Cult or Order, though? Why don't we go the Order of Truth? Of course. Once I provide an introduction to the priests, we'll have your chamber fixed in no time. You'll end up without your clothes and broken in a ditch while she laughs it off as a good experiment. It's probably best I come with you as well. Suspicious as always, Alagern. Child, the world is an exciting place, but it is full of dangers. Rest assured one of us will get you safely to where you need to be. I'll be right behind you. I shudder to think what Alagern might do to the child. Alright, let's do this. You've gained your first companions. They will follow the last cast-off and can be controlled during a crisis. You can speak to them about their pasts and take advantage of their unique abilities and skills. Companions have their own motivations and personalities, and depending on the choices you make, they may not follow you forever. You will find more companions who can join you as you travel through the 9th world. Neat! Take this opportunity to explore your surroundings. You may find items, equipment, and more to assist you. When you are ready, you can leave the broken dome. What is this? A mechanical arm lies on the floor, presumably broken during your fall. Sparks pour from the arms, shattering. Lore machinery. I can do that! If you select a companion's portrait in the effort window, they can assist. Your opponent's stat pools are used instead of your companions, and they have different skills. Can I use you? You're 60% to begin with. Screw it, let's use you. That way, I don't have to use any of my stuff. I get trinkets and coin-like objects. Neat. I recognize their value. Such objects would be accepted as shins, the informal currency in most regions of the world, so you gather them up and take them with you. Neat. Gained item spray flesh? Gained 18 shins, huh? Examine the housing. Pak Ting, who wants my attention? Ah. So, my coworker Hannah is watching Critical Role, and she's at the last episode. So I'm going to tell her very specifically, during the latter half, pay close attention to close, not cost. Come on. Pay close. I sure wish that this thing to what Scanlan does. And says. There we go. Alright. So we're going to turn that thing down like that. Okay, now where was I? Base remains somewhat operational. Stream of sizzling motes. Leave the device alone. What else? What else? Let's look at the sarcophagus. Sunlight falls through the ragged hole in the roof. It is hard to believe that you are still alive. Good, yes. 4 mechanical arms. Semi-cracked transparent. 5th arm lies broken on the floor. Blah, blah, blah. Metal ring surrounds the array. Critical Role is, there's a lot of it, but it's actually pretty easy to follow. Just start at the beginning and listen to it as you want. If you're looking for a less intimidating D&D game to get into, you can watch Dice Camera Action, which is fantastic also as well, especially because it's got Commander Holly and Anna Prosser Robinson in it, and Pro Jared as well. Like, everyone in that game is the best. Even Chris Perkins, the DM, who is a dickbag, is amazing. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Shards on the ground. Shards of the crystal are intermingled with synths from the shattered dome above. The crystal shards glitter in the captive, blah, blah, blah. Perception. A faint scratching sound draws your attention to 2 crystalline chunks near your feet. They tumble gently into each other and meld, their disparate angles flowing together like water. Interesting. It seems that the resonance chamber can heal from certain wounds, but not from the amount of damage you've done to it. Pick up one of the crystal shards. I have a crystal shard now. Is it a knife? Yes, I have a knife! So Chris Perkins works for Wizards of the Coast and is the guy who has written most of the official scenarios, like Curse of Strahd and Storm King's Thunder and all of that. His thing is that he knows everything about all of the scenarios, and also really likes to, manipulate the emotions and feelings of the characters that are in the thing, which is fantastic. It is exactly what a DM should do. It's a dick thing to do, which is perfect for what DMs do. Because, like, there's a bunch of really story-rich stuff that happens, and it's just like, oh no, my heart, no, why would you do this, you dickbag? And he's great for it. I don't know, I think he's cool. Look for other useful shards. Too small or too unwieldy. Okay, take a look at the sarcophagus. Using this chamber would not be a pleasant experience. Sounds like a good time. Inspect the metal ring. What else do we get? Slightest hint of resistance every time you cross the ring. You note that your breath is echoing in your ears as though you were inside a glass dome. Huh. Examine the arms. Cables run from the machines, cracked like a coffin chamber, dim lights. Alright, that seems okay to me. Let's go and interact with this thing and see what kind of stuff it is. What do we got? A slate-black, unimpressive device hunkers before you. As you reach out to touch it, the triangle of lights blazes into life, and an image unfolds in your mind. A towering crystal arch rises over a jagged gray landscape. The air is dead and stifling, and there at its emerald peak, the image collapses, leaving you staring into the device's triangular array of lights. Command me, the device or the intelligent within says, each word carefully etched with distaste. Who are you? What was that arch? What commands do you recognize? What commands do you recognize? 3 lights throb irritably. Heated air sighs from the device's vents, and then a towering list of commands races through your mind far too fast to read. Show me that list of commands again, slower, please. This AI is such a jerk. Oh, fantastic. I love it. Show me the arch. Who are you? Your command was not understood, says with clear satisfaction, sounding like it understood the question but is choosing not to answer. It's a ghost in the machine. That's exactly what this thing is right now. It's a ghost in the machine. Show me the arch again. The lights throb in time with the growl of the engines within its casing, and the mental image unfolds once more. A huge crystalline arch. The arch is divided into rectangular cells, all of which are numbered, and they all appear to be transparent and empty, except at the arch's pinnacle, one cell is lit in a brilliant pulsing emerald. The number 0 is printed on its side. Anamnesis. Try to remember more details about the place. I've got an 80% right now. I'll spend that. It seems worth it. The memory blossoms. You stand before this arch, eyeing the last 2 active cells in the once impenetrable Lugum Vo. Unleash cell 29, you say, and a twisted artifact appears before you. You claim it with a faint smile, watching the light fade from the cell far above. You flinch from the memory, and it falls apart as you raise your eyes to the arch as it is now. Cell 29 is dark now, only cell 0 remains. Neat. Examine the jagged wasteland. Dry grit whirls across the empty plain. Many kilometers beyond the arch is the faint outline of what seemed to be a broken tower, except that it is slowly stretching into gray air. Examine the jagged wasteland. Close the image of the arch. Command me, the image, or the intelligence says sulkily. What was that arch you showed me? Your command was not understood. Oh, I can break it. Huxley's famous debate in 1860 with Samuel Wilberforce was a key moment in the wider acceptance of evolution and in his own career. Huxley had been planning to leave Oxford on the previous day. Yes, thank you, Andraxius. Thank you for throwing that out there. Aldous Huxley, by the way, is a fantastic author. I really like his stuff. Ooh. Unleash the contents of Cell 0. I found a cipher! Sweet! That can trigger a powerful effect but can only be used once. They're scrolls, by the way. Ciphers in your cipher limit are a score block. Take care not to accumulate more ciphers or you will experience unpleasant side effects. Unstable detonation. Huh. Please be advised that the object you are about to receive is completely safe. Use no caution whatsoever. Huh. Neato. Interesting that a cast-off can command the changing god's machines. Yeah, right? You know. He crosses his arms across his chest. How'd you do that? Callistege rolls her eyes at Allegern, then she looks at you. He'll never stop gnawing on this bone, you know. The truth is wasted on him. Though I admit curiosity, how did you do that? I remembered something. I knew it, Allegern says, bearing a savagely triumphant grin at Callistege. Meaningless, Allegern. He clearly has basic skills and knowledge from the changing god having been in his body. Who's to say there aren't even more specific memories locked in there? How many memories might this child have access to? I must know. Ah, that stupid AI is gone now. I liked him. Tiny glowing motes float through the interior of this tower. Each one is surrounded by much smaller motes like thousands of worlds circling their suns. Neat. What's this? The flexible tubes that are attached to this machine appear to be later additions. Someone cobbled the device together, but its function is unclear. Hey! It's a loot box! Now I know what loot boxes look like. There's some money. Brain. Good, yes. Items and equipment. Cool. And I got some speed. Cool. I got speed, man. Alright. Is there anything else that's good in here? Broken fragments of the dome scene. Yeah, it's cool. Alright! Yeah, America is in a weird place right now. I mean, I live in Japan now, so...
I need to talk to you.
Do you?
This is the reef of fallen worlds, kid. It's a dangerous place at the best of times.
Cool.
And with you lighting up the sky as you fell, well, we should get out of here as soon as possible.
Cool, okay. Andraxis says the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, converting various macromolecules into the energy for the body. Some believe little gnomes live in the cells, carrying around pyrocynical videos. Andraxis, what are you talking about? Why were you looking at me when you said that? I wasn't. Don't be so paranoid. But when she isn't looking, he raises his eyebrows at you knowingly. What do you think of Calistish? A parasite disguised as a scholark. Don't be surprised if she betrays you before the day is done. Actually, that would be slow for... What the fuck is this? What makes the reef so dangerous? That makes sense. The Numenera of the past are always dangerous, but there are other dangers too, some closer than others. I hate to think what Calistige might do to him if I weren't here. What are the Numenera? You want me to tell you? The Numenera are all around you, everything left over from prior worlds. Sagas Cliffs thrives by trading artifacts from ancient civilizations. Hells, you can't scoop up a handful of Earth without finding drit from prior worlds mixed in with it. Numenera is anything from the prior worlds, but mostly we mean the stuff of value to us. Oh, yeah. A lot of the Numenera are just oddities, fancy trinkets with little real use, but sometimes you'll get a cipher that lets you do something incredible. Artifacts are worth even more. A cipher will only do something once, but artifacts last longer, though they can burn out at the most inconvenient of times. Not that that's ever happened to me. Of course, we've got no idea what most of this junk was originally intended for. In most cases, it doesn't really matter. Like, you might find what used to be a propulsion unit for a star chariot, but who the hell knows enough to build you the rest of it? Better to use it as a weapon or a power source. I bet we could remake the world if we knew a tenth of the secrets of the ancients, but most days it's just a challenge to survive. What's your story, man? Ask me again when we get out of here. I don't trust this damned reef any more than the company we keep. Okay. Talk to Calistige now.
Watch your steps, child. This is not a place to walk lightly. There are dangers in the reef, both old and new.
What kind of dangers are there? Myriad. We walk among the Numenera, detritus of fallen worlds and an antediluvian wars. Not everything in the reef knows that its wars ended long ago. Yet the true dangers are contemporary. The reef holds the promise of treasure for the determined, but not always for the scrupulous. What's your story? Now is not the time, dear, nor is the reef a safe place for lengthy disquisition. Rest assured, when we reach the cliffs, there will be plenty of time to swap tales. Who are these echoes of you? They are me. We are a part of each other, sisters across infinite realities. We share our experiences and power. What's that old saying? That experience brings wisdom? I must be the wisest person in Sagas Cliffs, the wisest across countless worlds. What do you think of Elagern? Her lips pucker like she's tasting something foul. He's useful. At least he was, once. If that pompous lack-nibber, forgive my language, dear, finds one more fault with me, I expect my sisters will murder him in several realities. There goes one now. Neat. Let's keep going. Why were you traveling with him? That's actually quite good. She sighs, the sound echoing like the hissing of a balloon. He was not always so sour. He was a man of science, an Aeon priest who reveled in knowledge, but his pain has infected him, and he sees the world through that cast. It would be tragic, but he is the same in every existence in which I know him. It has become incredibly tiresome. He also said he could help me with my problem. He is a poor liar, and I a fool. Cool, okay. What are you?
From this world, then.
No, tell me what this thing is. Here we go. Two floating cones whirl and spin deliriously about each other, giggling like children being tickled. The air around them smells of sweet, burning leaves, huh? What are you? So they don't listen, do they? Okay. I'm gonna touch one. Just me. Just me is fine. And... Hey, I grazed it! Rorn, a voice says, and your vision is stolen from you. A moon hangs over you, but it is not the one you recognize. It's black and in a pearl-white sky. Thick, flat asteroids orbit it like petals in the wind. You feel questing tendrils at your ankle, and the hot wind on your face smells of scorched hair and grief. Your vision returns. The cone hangs motionlessly only for a second before resuming their... What are you for? Huh. They aren't for anything. They're from one of the worlds before this one. Sometimes the Numenera will do something useful. Sometimes they'll turn you inside out. And sometimes they don't do a damn thing that makes sense. I've often said the same thing about you, darling. Watch for patterns! The longer you stare at the artifacts, the more you're convinced that they turn faster when their spiraling paths cross each other. Lore mystical, their edges seem to trace faint, glowing lines that twine about each other, resembling a rope fastened to some invisible point beyond this time. Try speaking to the cones again. Okay. Neat. Oh.
As you wish.
What's up here? It's like a little... Examine! Although this cube hovers in the air, you can feel the ground shudder with its vibrations. I want it! I want that cone. Is there anything else over here that looks any good? Let's interact with these things that look suspiciously like hands. Suspiciously like hands. A tangled cluster of metallic tendrils grows from the depths of the nearby water. Strangely, they resembled hands. Let's examine it. You try to lead around the nearest palm and notice that it innocently moves towards you, as if guided by a wind that's not there. You feint right and go left instead, just in time to see what the hand was trying to hide. One of the lower hands is passing a small silvery object, a seed pod, to another. Take it! 80%? 100%. There we go. I like this really interesting set of ways to do stuff in game. It's really neat. I have the steel seed pod. A wave of outrage washes over you from the cluster's direction. It appears you've made an enemy. Congratulations, dear. Examine it again. Alright, I guess we're done. I don't want to... Ooh, loot. Yes, loot. We've got money, speed boost, and might boost. Neat. What do I have right now? First is equipment, which contains a variety of blah blah blah. Melee weapons, armor, okay. Backpack contains items. Quest items cannot be discarded or sold. Cool. Final section shows the ciphers you are carrying and your cipher limit. Okay. Interesting. So the more ciphers I have, the less likely I am to be safe. Cool. Steel seed pod is a cipher. Would you look at that? Okay, so I can carry 3 ciphers right now. So this one does a bunch of physical damage, and this one does energy damage. Neat. Body cloak, ornament, weapon. 2 physical damage. That's not bad, I guess. Character sheet. Journal. I'm gonna have to read all this stuff later. And codex. It's me! Neat. Okay. Well, back to the inventory then. I think we're okay for now. What are those things? I want to interact with them.
It is done.
She told me to walk this way! What are you? A cable connects this spout to the collection device. The nozzle looks like it may have been attached to another machine at one time. What kind of collection device are you? What is this? This metal door is thick, heavy, and unmarked by time. Double rows of circular bumps run horizontally and vertically across its surface. Let's examine the door more carefully. The metal surface is infused with minuscule threads that are barely visible to the human eye. They only run in straight lines and right angles, and they seem to converge at the circular bumps. Upon closer inspection, you notice that each of the bumps is unique. Some have flat faces, others are actually many-sided polygons, and a few are marked by tiny apertures. Okay, so this thing is shooting some stuff, and it blows up? Yeah, that's what's happening. Neat. Let's knock on the door. Knock, knock. No sound at all, huh? There's no one home, dear. Hasn't been for thousands of years. One of my colleagues at the Order claims that she got inside, but I don't believe her. Nothing. Nothing, huh? Alright, I want to come back here and get in there at some point. What is this? Collecting black goop from somewhere underwater and pumping it into the nearby spout. Okay. Let's go up here. Dum-da-da-dum. Man who says "bah"? What is going on in my chat right now? What? Alright, so this thing's gonna shoot some black goop up, and it's gonna hit us. What are you? Cobalt petals fold over a short metal stem. Calcified minerals hold the ancient weapon. Ancient weapon? Huh. We're gonna save the game here. New saved game. And there we go. I think that's how we're gonna be it for the end of today. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. Because I've been on stream for 1 hour and 18 minutes, and I still have to go over to Twitch and do some streaming as well. So, yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. It's a pretty interesting game, isn't it? I'm gonna play a lot more of this, I think. A lot more. But yeah, we're gonna keep playing through this. It'll be really good. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope that you come in and do it again. I won't be able to stream tomorrow because I have to go and be in a commercial. Oh, sorry, be in a commercial, which is a thing that I have to do, but I get money now. Which is nice. It'll be pretty cool. Yeah, so we'll do that. I'll see you guys over on Twitch in a little bit, where I'm gonna play some frickin' Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. That's how it's gonna be. Yeah. Alright, well, thank you guys very much for watching again, and I will see you next time. Bye!